Welcome, everybody, to our Do What You Like Fitness Conversation series, where we are introducing inspiring people in the health and wellness food field. And today we have a really awesome guest who Teray has, she said, always called him the king of self-developed discipline. He's also an Ironman competitor, a marathon runner. He's a realtor, and he has an awesome soap company that you can find, or a soap store on Etsy called Orisun. And the soap is awesome. I have used it, so I can say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
his name is Kevin Williams. So welcome, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And thank you for the great introduction. I'm still a work in progress. So don't think that just because I made it to trying out on the, not actually trying out, but actually participating in the Ironman that I've won the Ironman. I'm still after the championship, to get over there to Hawaii. Once I get there, then I've made it.
Right. Well, you've come a long way. I mean, just a few years ago, you didn't know how to swim, right?
Didn't know how to swim.
Tell us that story. How did you learn to swim and to swimming in the ocean?
Right. Oh, wow. That was a long journey. So one day I decided, after I ran around Central Park a few times, and I was wondering, like, what else can I do? And I said, what else can't I do? And then what popped in my mind was, I can't swim. And so, Central Park has a large outdoor pool. And I saw the guys, everybody swimming out there. And I just was like, I got to learn how to swim. And my first experience with swimming as a child, I almost drowned. Oh. And so that has always been in the back of my mind. And I was like, well, I was a child at that time. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything. So I said, let me just set up a goal to learn how to swim for this summer, because New York City has an outdoor swim program that you could join for the summertime, and it's a learn to swim. So I signed up for that, and it's a lottery, so I was hoping that I got in. And when it was time to register, I registered, and then I had to wait for the summertime, and then they actually called me for the Learn to Swim program. And from there, I started my journey into learning how to swim. I went to the indoor pools, and all the lifeguards would come over to me, and because I look like I'm drowning all the time, so I just go up and down. So, but I was like, wait a second, there's got to be something else to this. I'm not doing something right. So I used YouTube to learn, to find out the basic techniques that I needed. After going to the program, I learned that there's because African Americans, some of us have like heavier, our body types are heavier. So we sink as soon as we get into the water. So I was trying to figure out why do we do that?
It's all your muscles.
No, it's not the muscles. It's the bone density. Our density is different. So we would go straight down to the bottom of the pool like a rock. So I had to learn to breathe correctly, to become more buoyant. So I had to work on my lungs to stay up and start treading water. So normally they put you in the pool and they just say, go ahead and try to learn how to go, start using your arms to learn how to swim. You can't do that. You have to learn to tread water first, focus on building your lungs, and then you add on everything else. For me, that's what worked. Mm-hmm. And so I did that, and then I just continued to progress. I would not stop. Through summer, spring, fall, winter, I'm swimming, indoor, outdoor, it doesn't matter. For years.
And how old were you when you started this?
Oh, this has been about 7 years. 7 years, and
Right. So you were well into adulthood.
yeah, well into adulthood. Well into adulthood.
So it's never too late.
No, I recommend everybody get out there now. You know, while you got to have the energy and you have the will to want to do it, go and do it because it's a when you go to the Caribbean or anywhere that has a beach or anything, you can swim. It's beautiful. I don't know if any. Do you swim?
I
Shorty?
do.
Oh, Whitney, yeah, you do swim. So it's just like it's something that we all. Oh,
What's
we
going on?
yes, it's something that we all need to learn how to do. It's one of the most highest, greatest gifts to us is the water, and we should connect with it.
Well, I swim. I mean, I'm not a swimmer. I'm not that great, but I can do a
Yes.
little something. I can get across the pool and back.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I started. But when the ultimate test was when I did the Ironman. Um, I had never swam in the ocean for without being able to put your feet down for 2 hours. So,
Whoa.
That's crazy.
so I had to
Oh, wow, wow.
I knew I could do it in the pool, but I didn't know what to expect out there in the ocean. Plus
All
having
water,
yeah,
waves.
the warm
That's a
water.
different feeling.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Whoa.
not only that, we had sea creatures, big jellyfish,
Oh, wow.
stinging my neck and my hands and my legs.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh my God.
yeah, but you have to keep going. So I see guys out there. I had a wetsuit on. These other guys, I had no wetsuit on, and they had to go through the same thing I had to go through. So I said, if they can make it, I can make it. I have more covering than they have. So
Oh,
it was definitely an experience, and it was the first few minutes when I first swam out there, like panic mode just struck in. And the only thing that I could think of was that I did this before. As long as I keep moving, I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Just keep moving, finish line, and it's over. So that's what I did. And I came out on top.
so when did you first get involved in fitness though, right? So even to get the idea, I mean, have you always exercised? Were you doing this in college? Were you
Yeah.
exercising in high school? Like tell us
Well,
a
yeah.
little bit about what inspired you to get fit.
Okay. Well, I was always into sports. Sports and academics, but mostly with the sports in high school, I had I played basketball, I played lacrosse, I played football. And it was my lacrosse coach, Raymond Mills, who he made us, he created like a discipline. It was the hardest thing in the world to do lacrosse because we had to, you have those balls coming at you at 100 miles an hour from, an attack position guy out there. And if you have a soft stomach, you're going to feel a lot of pain. So you have to work hard to chisel your body to be really, really strong. And so from that discipline, I was able to carry it over into everything else that I did later on. But it wasn't until maybe 2008 that I started trying after a bout of being undisciplined. I saw an undisciplined being.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too, right?
Right, undisciplined, smoking and drinking and partying, and let's say I got it all out of my system, and I was like, "There's got to be more to life than just this," my joints were almost frozen. I couldn't run. My lungs were heavy. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, I feel like I'm falling apart, and I was like, I couldn't, my mind, I couldn't remember easy things, from all of the things that I was doing. And I was like, this can't be it. So I started running around the reservoir, which is a small lake in Central Park. And
I love it.
I ran the first mile and I almost passed out. Yeah, I mean, not even the first mile, the first lap. I think it's only a quarter of a mile per lap around Central Park, and I felt it. It was terrible, but I said I could do it, and I could do it again, and then I did 2 laps, and then 2 laps turned into a 1 mile. But this is over a course of weeks, because my body was in that bad a shape that it had to heal itself. So I was eating right, but I had to work out in order to improve my body, I just had to keep doing it. So that's what really was going on at that time. But
talk about any like overall struggles that you overcome, because like I know for one, that whole discipline, I remember the box. I like to call it the box. When you put yourself in the room, you had no TV.
Yeah.
You'd call and check in with me once in a while, say, Shorty, I'm not coming out the party, but I want you to know I'm still here.
Right.
And that was like the ultimate training, like you put yourself through. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I lost everything. I lost my wife. I lost my son, and I mean, well, we went through a separation, and so I went to live with my sister, and I couldn't impose on her life. So I said, you know what? I just need just a room, and it was just a small room in a house that I found on Craigslist. And the lady, I told her that I didn't want any television, but I need access to the internet, because that's where I was studying from, and I had a small computer business that I was running from. So, but from there, I started to learn to meditate, because I didn't have anything else to do. I mean, I would only read and meditate and go to Central Park to exercise. And then from there, it was just, I went through it was a lot of growth. I didn't party. The only thing I looked forward to was New Year's, because on New Year's Eve, they had a 5 mile run in Central Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They still have that.
Yeah, no, but this was before they was even doing it. And then maybe they were doing it, but I didn't know about it. So I decided that I wanted to go out there for myself, to bring in New Year's in a different way than I normally bring it in. And I was running out there, and I'm doing, and my last lap was when the fireworks display came on, and everybody started coming out, and I was like, wow, everybody. It was fantastic, and it was cold. It was the coldest day that I've ever experienced in Central Park.
That sounded real cool, though.
Yeah, it was like, and from that day, I just knew that improving myself was the best way to go. And from there, I just been climbing and becoming more independent, and trusting myself to do what I need to do to develop and become a better person, and I just keep trying to challenge myself. That's all. I see something that if somebody says that I can't do something, I'm going after it. But right now it's about me. If I think even comes to mind that it may be difficult or challenging, I want to do it. So I skipped the, once I did the sprint triathlon, I said, okay, I know I can do it. So I'm going straight to 140 miles. I'm going to do that one, because I know I can do the middle one. I mean, the half, no problem. But I want to go all the way. to see what it's like to be with those that they say are the elite. And I was like, man, I've been missing out. This is where I need to be. I mean, these guys, I mean, when I tell you it was people of all races, people of all fitness levels, but they had the mindset to achieve and to push themselves to get there and to work hard to try to and see how far they can go. Everybody didn't make it to the end, as myself. I didn't make it to the end, but I know that when I go back, my difficulty was the swim, but I got turned around by, a mishap in directions, and I was, I didn't read the map correctly. And
right, so it wasn't that you didn't make it. I remember that. It was just you made a wrong turn.
Yeah.
If you would have made the right turn, I'm pretty sure you would have completed it.
I would have finished it. I definitely would have finished it. But, I got disqualified. But I still, even though after the swim, after the bike, I got disqualified, I still went on to run 20 miles for the full marathon. Before, I met up with my girlfriend and her friend, and she was just like, they're not going to, they're going to disqualify you when you run to the finish line. So I was just like, okay. So, but I know that when I go back, I'm going to finish it up,
Absolutely.
Maryland,
how many marathons have you done?
Huh?
How many marathons have you done so far?
I did.
You've done something in Jamaica and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you do some out of the country?
Yeah. Listen, everything up to the marathons, and I think Mike Tyson said it best, and he said, you see, the marathon is like the finish line. That's the last part of it, But it's the training that you have to do before you get there. That is the growth, because you got to wake up every day and you got to run. It's not. And marathon, and that's why I like lone exercise, not exercises, but challenges, because you have to do your own push-ups. You have to run. You can't rely on nobody else. It's you. If you don't exercise, it's your fault. And so you have to have your own discipline. I can't, I could call you on the phone, but you still have to run, I can't,
That's you. Yeah.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
But do you ever get tired? I mean, we're all human. I'm pretty sure we get tired. And like, for instance, I had a conversation with you the other day, and I told you how I had been doing the yoga for the month of February, and I was doing it every day. My goal was to do it every day. But if I missed a day, I would just make up and do a few more minutes the next day. And then you turned and said to me, that's cool, you made up for it, but you got to get disciplined enough that if you said you're going to do it every day, you do it every day.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You have to set aside rest days for yourself, but you have to set those days aside. You can't quit in the middle of what you're doing to say, okay, well, my body feels tired today. But no, that's not what you said that you were going to do. So you have to keep your word to yourself. And when you keep your word to yourself, you grow spiritually, just, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to, you experience it. You feel the growth when you stick to your word, and I mean, I think the most
guys, that does feel good. It's tough though. I'm not gonna lie. It's so tough. It is tough. People look at me and think that like I'm like and crazy or insane, like how I look at you. They look at me like that when I still don't always commit to every single day. Like I want to get there. Like I want to get to like where you are, whereas like I said I'm gonna do it, I have to do it. I mean, I'm a lot further than most people, I tell people all the time, I gotta work out. I have to do this first. So this is what has to happen. But still, it's still tough. You're the king of self.
Not the king.
I call it self-developed discipline because you did it on your own.
Right. Once again, the key is setting a goal and sticking to it. And I wanted to talk to Whitney when she got here in relation to the yoga, because the yoga was, a major improvement in self-discipline, for myself, because, even though I was running and I was really healthy, my joints were very, very tight. My legs were tight. My muscles were tight. It was like,
I'm pretty sure from all of that.
Yeah.
From all the resistance training.
Right. All the training, all the weightlifting, everything that you're doing, it's you need to stretch. Stretching, stretching adds more miles to your body, and it allows you to do a lot more. The discipline of yoga in helping me to keep a flexible body and to remove the toxins out of my joints so that I'll be able to perform longer and well. And that was a spiritual growth in itself. When I said that I tried to do 4 days of yoga straight. And it was the hardest thing in my entire life just to get the 4 days. I actually had to sign up with somebody else to do those 4 days just to get past it, because it was like a mental crutch. I couldn't get to day 5 for some reason. But from
I know the feeling.
Yeah, so I was doing it. So I found I went to a hot yoga, Lion's Den studios down there in Manhattan. And it was the best thing I ever felt in my life. And I said,
hot yoga.
Yes, hot yoga. And
I love hot yoga too.
I did it, and I was just like, I need this in my life. But I had to go from all the way uptown, all the way downtown. I was like, how am I going to do this? With all the different weather types and, people on the train sneezing and coughing, and I'm coming out and I'm not exactly, my body temperature is too high to be outside. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I got to figure out how to do this. So I looked up doing power yoga online, and I found an individual, Mark Gonzalez, and he had a 1 hour and 17-minute session. And I would just try. I did that, and it was terrible. I just kept trying to do it. He was doing different poses. I couldn't do those poses. I just kept trying. And eventually your body loosens up. I don't know what it is, but it just. And one day you can't do it. The next day you're able to do it. You can hold on.
Yeah, and every day changes. One day the posture. Your body's like, yeah, I'm right here. Let's do this. The next day you're like, oh, wait
a second. Why can't my legs stay still?
but that's the great thing about yoga. It's about in the present moment where you are right here, right now. Right. And that's how we should be. It teaches us. So when we leave our mat and we leave the hot room, that we take that same practice and apply that to our everyday life, but with everything that we're doing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so from there, in Lion's Den, they asked me to do a 30-day yoga session, and they kept saying, "Oh, it's easy. Don't worry, we're all going to do it." I said, "No, not me, not now. It's too early." So I still couldn't get to the 5-day, and then I tried. I finally said with a friend of mine that we were going to do the 30-day yoga, and I did 30 days, but I didn't commit. I was supposed to do 1 hour every day, but then I did weak thinking. Oh, let me just do 15 minutes to say I'm doing it and get it done.
Oh my gosh, you sound like me.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in my heart, I know I didn't do it. You see? So I knew to myself I didn't do it. Even though I tell everybody, oh, I did 30 days of yoga. No, you're supposed to do 30 days of yoga, 1 hour a day. When you're able to do that, then you did it. And I finally did it this January. I finally, yes, 30 days of yoga, and then I went on to 45. But it was when I got to the 30th day, I knew in my heart that I did it. I did it. And that was the biggest commitment to myself and the biggest achievement, because I knew how hard it was. I've been trying for years to do it, and I never did it. And then I finally was able to, strengthen my mind enough to say, I'm going to finish this and I'm going to do it well this time, and I'm sticking to it. And so that's where the whole discipline, sticking to the discipline, and you could feel your spirit grow when you commit to what you say you're going to do. And that's where I am right now, Shorty, Teray, Whitney.
Shorty is fine, the world knows me as Shorty.
Yes.
So what I mean, you kind of gave advice just by telling your story, but what advice would you give to somebody that out there that struggles like me? I need you as a friend. The talks that we have.
Yes.
It's always positive.
I say,
same with Whitney.
Did you ever, you learn how to ride a bike, right?
Yeah, when I was young.
Yeah, okay. So we have to go back to when we first tried to ride a bike. And when we got on the bike, we just I didn't have any training wheels when I got on my first bike. It was a BMX bike. And I got on there and I just pedaled off. I watched somebody else and then I pedaled off and I ran into the gate. So I was like, but I got back up and then I tried it again. And we have to remember to take it slow with something that we don't know how to do. It's okay to fall. It's about getting back up and keep going. If you want to do something, just take your time. You're training yourself. So you know how much time you need to learn to do something. To get to when you want to go to the next level is when you start maybe reaching out to somebody else to help to bring you up, or to follow them as a template or an example of what's possible. I studied from everybody who's doing anything great. I followed them running, I followed them swimming, I followed them to do the triathlon, you name it, to set up a business, everything.
You're like the next David Goggins.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get to those, the Moab 240 or whatever, It's the mindset. You have to challenge your mind. You have to get control of it, because it's going to tell you all the things you need to hear not to do it, because those are what you programmed your mind to tell you when you don't want to do something, or when you need. It's like a safety net that you put out there so to protect you, but you need to be able to control it and be able to tell it when you need it to step aside, and to grow, because you have to keep growing.
You gotta want it. You gotta really want it, though, right?
To want it, and that's the key. If you don't really want to do it, it's like everything else is just going to go right out the window. But if there's something that you want to do, and you have all the opportunity in the world to do it, you have to do it, and you have to cut out all the distractions. There are a lot of distractions out there. And like I said, I used to party a lot, and a lot, I experienced, I would say all the systems. So, my parents came here as immigrants. And because of a mishap, we wound up in foster care, and I have 8 brothers and sisters, and we all split up, um, but we were all in the New York City area. But my older sister was the only one. She kept us all to. She found us all and kept us in. Brought us all together. When I finally became a young adult. And then, but we still have been, searching for. We were searching for one other sister, and we couldn't find her. And then, because of the internet came around, we were able to trace her through the internet. But I didn't have any connect. We knew that we were African Nigerian, but we just didn't know where, who our parents were. And then I'm at my sister's house back in 2009, and somebody came knocking on the door, and it happened to be my mother's sister, my mother's half sister, but it was my aunt, Victoria, and she came and she brought us, I would say, unification. Brought back my family that I didn't know for so many years. When you don't know your roots or where you came from, it's like you're trying to fill a void that's never going to be filled. And she filled that void when she came, and I told her that when I get myself together, I'm going to Nigeria to see you guys. And sure enough, when I got everything together, I got my passport, and I went over to Nigeria and met the other half of my big family. I thought I had a big family here, but over there I have even a bigger family. And
I was so happy for you. That was amazing.
Yeah,
I knew you all those years that you didn't know them, and it was like, I knew your foster parents.
Yeah,
so I was so happy for you. Still happy for you for that.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was it's very awesome. And hopefully, with technology, we can eventually find my biological parents. But that's still a journey that has to be taken. I mean, I have to make that journey and make those steps to start that.
Hey, maybe somebody on YouTube with facial recognition could find his parents.
Me,
That's right. Anything is possible, right? Nowadays.
Anything is possible, right. Yeah. So we I mean, I can only say is, once you should try to fill any void that's inside of you, and no matter what you do, hopefully, you can fill it. I was lucky to be able to fill, once I even just getting my siblings back was phenomenal, because I didn't even know who they were, but, the love of family.
You had me as a sister, but then you find the real ones.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But it's all good. I'm still your little light-skinned sister.
Yes, you're still my sister, regardless.
Alive.
I love everybody. I just love everybody. Everybody I learn from. I learn from you, Teray.
Don't call me Teray. That don't even sound right coming up your tongue.
I learned from you. I mean, going back and forth to Manhattan to your family. We had plenty of. We broke bread together numerous times, and everything. We've been through the struggle. We've been through the struggle so much that even cars breaking down.
Oh man, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's just been hard, but we stuck it out, and and your perseverance and your achievements as well. For I watched you on your journey to getting fit and getting healthy, and it's a phenomenal thing. I mean, I'm inspired by you. You don't even know this, but I am very inspired by you.
Well, you're part of it. You help those conversations.
Right.
Everything you said today, these are the talks that I have with him all the time. So, and every time I'm talking to him, like, I feel like somebody else needs to hear this. Like, somebody else needs to hear this. So that was another reason why we wanted to bring you on and let you talk,
Okay, yes,
because it's all within yourself. We may have some people on here that are trainers and this and that, and you're not a certified trainer or anything, but like, you may do even better, or you may influence somebody better than a trainer maybe. So like, we needed to have you on, bro.
Yeah,
you got the life experience.
Right. I try to do what works for me, and I'll just like any recipe. You get the recipe and then you try it and you say, oh, well, I don't think I followed it exactly like you said, but it didn't come out the way you're saying. So maybe if I tweak it here and I tweak it there and find the right way for myself, and then I'll share it to see if it works. If it works for me, then I'll give it to Shorty. Shorty, you try this. Does it work? And she wait. Yes. Okay, it works. So then that's 2 thumbs up.
Just like the soap you gave me. Speaking of the soap, let's talk about the soap. Before we finish off, we need to talk about your latest invention, your soap and your body butter. Tell us about it, why you started it, and
yes,
how they can reach you and everything like that.
Right. I started off in real estate and doing services, providing services, trying to assist as many people as I can, with housing and everything like that. But, it's not as fulfilling as, creating something from me, from a product that I can provide. So when I was going back and forth to Nigeria, I would get shea butter, and the shea butter is so nice. It's the highest quality. It's right from the farm, where they process the shea butter over there, and I would bring it back, and then I would have shea butter here, and I give some out to my friends, and they loved it. But I was like, what else can I do with it? But for many years, my sister, Rukiet, she was making products, soap and beauty products. She makes all kinds of things. We did a survey with a lot of her customers, and not her customers, but just a survey. And we found out that a lot of people were still having problems with acne and eczema and psoriasis and all kind of other things. And I was like, well, shea butter can help in a lot of ways. And if it's put together correctly, I think we can make it work, and so my sister didn't want to bother with me, and I was telling her for years, I was like, listen, we should do something, but she didn't want to do it. So I was like, so during COVID, I decided to start learning chemistry. And so I got some books on chemistry, and I is that 3,000 pages, and just read through it. And then with reading, you have to practice and do some practical tests to see if it works. So, my first bar, I watched a YouTube video. And I watched a lot of videos. I read a lot of books. I don't want to shortchange what I did. I had to study a lot to understand, the chemical compositions between different ingredients that we have. So, but I was able to formulate a product that you would nourish the skin. But I just wanted to put out a good product that actually worked, and I wanted just people to try it and not take my word for it, but to actually try it for themselves to see, that this is actually a good product, and I want to put out more and better products that help people to conquer issues that they've been dealing with in their life, So that's where I am now.
Our skin is our largest organ too. So this
largest organ, right? Right, and everything that I put into soap is skin friendly. The skin loves shea butter. It loves the oils that I use in it. In my first bar, I wanted to do unscented because so many people have an issue with scent, with the fragrances. So I started off with the unscented bar, just so that they would be able to use it, and from there I can, add a different fragrance later on to the different bars. But once I get the first one is the most important. The fragrance free. That means that everybody can use it. No matter if you like fragrances, you may not have fragrances in this one, but you can still use it. So it's for everybody, and so that's why my motto is my company name is Orisun, which means it's from the source, and it's a Yoruba it means from the source, and my motto is it's made for all. And so my first bar, it's made for everybody. It's no denying it. So and that's
the bar. People on Etsy, I'm using it. Whitney's using it.
I'm using it. Good stuff. Good.
Yes. I'm very happy that everybody.
I love the shea butter even more.
That too. Yes.
Right.
The body butter is nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Both.
Good.
Both are the body butter.
Both.
Right. Yeah. Good. I'm happy that everybody's enjoying it. That you guys have enjoyed it.
And it's so nice to use something that someone made with love, right? Yes. So our intentions that we put. I mean, when you buy something, it's so nice to know where it's coming from and that the people who made it care.
Yes.
You put your love, your care, good vibe, your good
hit the nail right on
into that.
You're right. You that's exactly what I put into it. I put the love into it because I'm sharing it with people that I love, and you guys are the first people that I gave it to, and I'm going to get the best feedback from the people I love, so and they're going to tell me whether or not it's good or not. And so I do appreciate you ladies taking the time to try it out for me. And, just to confirm, hey, don't take my word for it. Ask them.
Sunbar by Orisun. Yes. Don't forget people. Sunbar by Orisun.
That's it. Go to Etsy and buy it now.
Right. Yeah, it's coming. It's it's out there, so yes, please support. And we look forward to putting more product out that everybody can enjoy. And you just let us know what type of issues you're having as well. And we'll try to address them as well. I have a good team of individuals who are putting in the effort to make this a viable and sustainable business. And yes, we are, trying to become more eco-friendly. So we're going to reduce the amount of plastics that we're using and things like that for packaging. So
that's great.
Yes,
that's great.
Yes, but I do appreciate your ladies' time that you guys have given me for this platform. You're doing great things out there, and I know these numbers are going to keep rising from your viewership. You keep putting out great content.
We need to have you again. I think you should start public speaking. You could
exactly
a lot of people in discipline.
Oh wow!
Like you really should do some public speaking, or just do it online.
All right. Yeah, I told you. I love people. I just I could communicate with, I mean, I think it was real estate that, helped me, I mean, I have to talk to people in real estate,
Yeah.
so, but, I mean, if you say I'm good, I
Well,
feel
I'm
that.
putting it out there, so maybe somebody will call you. How can they
Absolutely.
get in touch with you? Like if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, what
Oh,
platform other than like Etsy for your soap, like how would they reach you?
oh,
Want to start with an email, maybe?
email address, yeah, sure. Rafiu187 at Gmail. That's RAFIU 187 at gmail.com. And we can talk, and we can build from there.
Can always find you on Strava also. God, I
Oh,
love looking at
yeah,
all those
yeah,
workouts,
right.
those kettlebells. I look and I go, good God, I need
Right.
to go run for an hour.
Yeah, we're burning a lot of calories on Strava. Yes, yes, indeed.
It's great. I
That's
love
Yeah,
when
true.
I get those like little messages
that's
that's like,
right.
you
I'm
gave me a
watching.
thumbs up. We're
That's
all giving
right.
each other a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. You're doing great out there.
Thank you.
I mean, I love all of these platforms that they have now. And it just keeps it helps everybody to push to the next level. Just and you don't have to be. I mean, we don't have to be even in the same neighborhood or anything. But I get uh, thumbs up from people all the way in different countries that they saw how many calories I put in. I don't even know how they do it, but they still see that I
It's
did it.
amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if
it's
you use them if you use these platforms in the right way, you get a lot out of it.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, people I don't know all in all foreign countries. I like I said, I still don't know how it works. I just know that I thumb up the people I know, but I don't know how to see other people, or unless they just go searching for other people to give thumbs up to or whatever. But either way,
Yeah, you can,
yeah,
or
yeah,
people that you have things in common with. But you
yeah.
know what? We have no windows where we are, but you do, and I can see the sun is going down now. So I
Oh
guess
yeah,
I guess
yeah,
that means we better get to going.
yeah.
No, I'm not trying to cut you short at all. We can do this forever.
Yes.
But
No, I mean,
thanks for
yeah. Anytime, I have, any platform is a good platform to be on. I mean, I can't say all platforms are good, but this one is you're a good friend of mine, my sister, and yeah, anything
for
you
life, bro.
life, anytime, anywhere, I'll be there.
All right. Thank you.
All
Same
right.
here.
And thank you, Whitney. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
your
much. Thanks for
yes.
always inspiring me. I'm just like, yay,
Yes,
Kevin, you're
we
such.
have to do more yoga, because
Yes.
I don't know how you do all of those stretches and splits and things. I want to get to that level one day. You
Well, I
know.
want to get to that level how you can run forever. And I'm like, hey, I mean,
Yes.
oh, wow, or
The
the
kettlebell. I learned a
exercises.
lot from the kettlebell. The kettlebell.
Today's day one for me. Today's my
Oh,
day
great.
one.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, it's March 1st.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So the kettlebell, I think the biggest uh, benefit from using the kettlebell is that it strengthens your heart and
Mm,
forces your lungs to work and for your blood to circulate, and uh, you can't beat it. I mean, it's either that or either hitting like a speed bag or a punching bag, a heavy bag continuously.
mm-hmm.
Um, but once you have to get your heart should, like, when it pumps, it should pump like once, and it forces all the blood all through your system quick. But normally it doesn't do it like that, so it keeps pumping, keep pumping, pumping. So that's why I feel like your heart is about to pump out of your chest when you start doing heavy activity. But once it starts getting stronger, it pumps less but harder.
Mm-hmm.
You have to strengthen your heart, and that's the key. Strengthen your heart, and you'll get stronger.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna start focusing more. I do some kettlebell, but I'm gonna like
yeah,
really start to focus more
yeah, yeah,
on doing more kettlebells. Yeah.
yeah. I
I'll
mean, it's
share the
good.
app with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what, yeah. So I'm
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, and whatever you do, you know, the kettlebell, it stretches your mind because your mind is going to say no, not tomorrow, not ever again. Well, after you do the first day of kettlebell, you know, and normally you could do one day and then skip a day and you do it again, but to do it continuous straight, it's definitely going to stretch your mind, and you have to stay in control of it. So that's what I'm saying. Anytime you commit to it, and just stick to it. But just do it, you know, and you're gonna see the growth. Because let me tell you, my body went through so much pain. I'm still I'm doing 75 days now. I'm only up to day 56, but for the first 15 days was terrible. I mean, it was hard. Like your body is just, but you start to see differently, like that you're not the body, and that you control it. And if you stay in control of it, you can make it do, you can make a super body if you want to, you know, and that's your choice, you know, no one else's. This is your choice to make a super body.
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on this ultimate. Like everybody thinks like I should stop now. Like you're good, shorty. You're there. No, I'm not there. I'm trying to.
No, I'm like, don't stop. Keep going.
Right, yeah. Make your super body. As long as you, like I said, key is stretching the body. You have to stretch. If you're gonna do this, shorty, for the kettlebells, you have to stretch every day after you do your kettlebells, because you're not gonna be able to do it. It's I'm not even gonna say you're not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be very, very challenging for you to do it, because your body's gonna tighten up on you. So you have to keep stretching it. Stretch, you know. But,
well, I'm with Whitney 5 days out the week, and that's what I hear. Stretch. Did you stretch?
I'm always like, did you stretch after that?
It's so important. It's very, 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 very important. But yes, ladies. So you know, like I said, set me up for another Zoom meeting whenever you're ready, and we'll get into some more topics.
Absolutely. All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Next time.
Thank you.
All right. Till next time. Love you, bro. And have a good night.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.